I'm still dripping, still pimping. Riding in that Benz, looking like a Bentley. Blonde hair white girl with me, her name Tiffany.
What's up, man? It's your boy SPLIFF D TV, man, coming back with an exclusive interview. We got the homie, Lil Shady boy. Lil Shady boy, what's up?
What's good, my boy? What's up, SPLIFF? What's up to everybody supporting and listening to what a motherfucker has to say, you know? Everybody that's supporting the homie SPLIFF as well as myself, man. Thank you. Everything is appreciated. And follow my boy, man. The homie's doing a lot for the homies. Our race and his own race, you know what I'm saying? We're all one race. It's the human race. That's all I got to say.
Already. Shady boy, you got a lot on your chest, don't you, homie?
Hell yeah. I always do.
Hey, well, check it out, man. Tonight, we gonna get all that stress off your chest, man.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's do it, my boy.
Hey,
what?
Hey, so little Shady boy, man. So, where you from in LA?
Well, I'm from Almonte, dog. I'm from LA County, but I'm from Almonte. I'm from the SGV, dog. So it's a little different, but we're still the same. You know what I mean? I'm from LA. I'm from LA County, though. I'm from SGV.
Okay. Well, let the people know, how was it for you growing up, man, when you was younger?
Well, obviously, you know what I mean. Back then, at that time, it's not the time that we live in right now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you used to see us on bikes, man. That's before the internet, before cell phones, before all that shit. We used to be on bikes, dog. So nowadays, you can't even let your own kids outside, dog. Nowadays, you can't even you can't even trust people nowadays, homie. But back in the day, though, it was different. Before, you used to see kids riding bikes all the time. You know what I mean? Yep. Nowadays, it was just a different world, dog. And my childhood, for instance, you know, anybody that listens to my music knows a little bit about me and about how I grew up, dog. So I grew up a little bit different from certain people. You know what I'm saying? But all it is, it's a life lesson, dog, and it made me who I am today. So you know what I mean? I'm proud of who I am today, you know what I mean? I have a lot to work on and all that, but who I am today, as far as like right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a better person. And when I was growing up, it was a lot different than it is now, man. It was hard. I grew up without my mom and my dad. Yeah, a lot of people grow up without their fathers, you know what I'm saying? But I grew up without either one of them. Oh, my boy, what were you saying?
Hey, did you, I think I heard something about that your mom went to prison when you was 2, right?
Yeah, my mom went to prison when I was young. Yeah, I got taken away when I was 2. I was in foster care. I was actually in the system, a ward of the court, until I was 18, until I emancipated. So all that time I was in the system. Sometimes I was with family and sometimes I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. Before it used to fuck with me. Now I try not to let it fuck with me so much, you know what I'm saying? But when you grow up a certain way, it's instilled in you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it makes you do the things that you do, and you lash out and you create habits. But for the most part, though, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to do now is just show that no matter what you've been in life, man, no matter what you've been through in life, like, you could succeed, you could do good. It's all your mind state, man. You can't let that shit get to you. And for a long time I did, man, and now I just let it bleed out through my music.
Nah, good point, because I was gonna lead up to that. Now, you got several deep songs that I fuck with a lot. Now,
thank you.
You growing up in the rough childhood that you had.
Yeah.
Did that lead to you writing songs like "The Truth Hurts" and "The Statement" and everybody goes away"?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Honestly, I've always been a poet before I've been a rapper. I don't even consider myself a rapper. I consider myself an artist. So I was a poet first. I've been writing poetry ever since I could remember, and basically that was my outlet, you know. When I was growing up, I would listen to people that were poets, like Tupac. That's my greatest influence right there, all time right there. You know what I mean? That man was a poet before he was an artist, before he was a rapper, before anything. You know what I'm saying? And basically, like you can hear his pain in his music, And same with me, man. Like in my poetry, I actually have a poetry book that I'm trying to get published right now, and I have a whole poetry book. But yeah, it's called Ballads of a Wayward Soul, and to be wayward is to be a lost soul, and that's what I consider myself. But anyways, got off subject though. But yeah, man. Poetry, music, that it's always been my pain, man. Growing up, I always try to put my pain into something that basically I could not understand. I was going through something that I could not understand because I had nobody there coaching me through it on how to get through it the right way, the proper way. You know what I'm saying? So basically, poetry and music was my outlet. It was my outlet because nobody told me the right way to be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a man there to teach me how to be a father. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So I became the man that I am right now by my own, by music and poetry and just what I thought a man was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the greatest man. I'm not the greatest father. I'm not the greatest person. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying though. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man. Hey, so let me ask you this: do you feel like you never received the recognition that you deserve?
Honestly, yes and no. I do feel that way because I feel like I have a lot to say, but I also feel like the world's not ready for that shit. And also, I also feel like everybody shines according to their own clock. You know what I'm saying? And it hasn't been my time yet. But look at King Lil G. Look at Snow the Product. You know what I'm saying? Perfect examples. They've been around long. They haven't. They blew up within the last 5 6 years, but they've been around much longer than that.
Yep.
But it wasn't their time yet, and now it's their time to shine, and they're representing us right. Though those are two people right there that are representing us right, and I got major love for both of them. You know what I'm saying? Among other rappers, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people in the game that that have been doing this for a long time and didn't get their shine until a long time later. You know what I mean? But I haven't gotten my shine or my recognition. But it if I haven't, it's in God's will, bro. I haven't got my shine yet because it just isn't my time. It's according to my own clock, and if it's in God's will, it's gonna happen. If it's not, it's not. As long as I put out good music,
Yeah, and the music is good music. It's beautiful music. Hey,
and I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that a lot.
hey, speaking of that, man, when did you start rapping? What age?
Honestly, I started rapping when I was like 15 years old.
You
15 years old, man. And
wow.
but I was rapping about bullshit back in the day. I was rapping about what I thought I was supposed to rap about.
Hmm.
Honestly, like you picture, look at every fucking movie that is out that portrays a Mexican gangster. That fucking that style, that perception of what we are. That's what I try to fit in. You know what I'm saying?
You mean
And now
like the American Me and Blood In, Blood Out?
yeah, man, all that bullshit, man, and I mean, it was what it was at that time because I grew up in that age, you know what I'm saying? But I grew up at a time where we were changing. So I grew up at a time when we went from Cortezes to Jordans. I grew up during that time, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but I still I when I was rapping, man, I didn't know who I was as a person, as a man, and who I was as an artist or a rapper or an artist. You know what I mean? So I made music based on what I thought that people wanted to hear and what I thought that I was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm of sound mind. You know what I'm saying? And I know who I am and who I am as a person, who I am as a man, who I am as an artist. Also, that's why my music changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like hey that I like that. Hey, I got one question that I read up on something, man, and I didn't know this about you.
What's that, brother?
Now correct me if I get it wrong. I've read that your niece that you had a niece that died uh over.
Yeah. Due to the black and Mexican crime, man.
Yeah.
Due to that shit, the brown and the black, man, and yeah, man. That's why I've never been racist. I've never been racist. But where I'm from, there's not too many black people. Now there's more black people than there was. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, there wasn't.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there wasn't as many black people, and I grew up. It was black on Mexican because that's how you're raised, man. That's how the prison system is, and that's what it is, man. Like we're raised to hate each other when really, if we were to unite and help each other out, I mean, think about how much better we could be as people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now, we're before we were the minority. Now we're the majority. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As people, and we're the oppressed, man. Like I don't mean to sound fucking political and all that shit, but that's just what it is. We're oppressed. Look at our president. You know what I'm saying? Me and you had a conversation earlier before this video interview, and what we said was like, look at these people taking a knee. How he's getting on people in sports and in football and all that shit. Back in the day, man, supposedly it was American to have freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
It was American to be able to do something like that, and it wasn't. It was frowned upon by other races or whatever. But look at our president now, man. He speaks up on that shit, but he doesn't speak up on the white supremacists that do terrorist acts. You know what I mean? We're considered as Mexicans, as blacks, as gang members. We're considered domestic terrorists.
Yeah. Well,
But he doesn't speak on the people that commit terrorism that are of his own race. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have nothing against white people, black people, Mexican. I don't give a fuck what you are. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if all the countries, all the races could come together and we could do something great, man. But instead, we're hurting each other and we're hurting our world, man, the earth. You know what I'm saying? We're doing nothing but fucking shit up, man. When really we're all people, dog. There's only one race, and that's the human race. Like I always say, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And that's where a lot of rappers and a lot of fucking people, they don't want to speak on, dog, because all they're worried about is trying to be, oh, I'm a real one. I'm with it. I'm this and that. Who gives a fuck, dog? We're trying to make it out the struggle, homie. We're trying to make it out, dog. We ain't trying to fucking. You're trying to solidify your spot in the struggle, homie. I'm trying to get out, homie. I've been in the struggle, dog. I fought a license. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I know what it's like, dog. I've been in prison, homie, and who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck, dog? Because in the end, that shit doesn't put food on my table. That shit doesn't put money in my pocket. If anything, those are years wasted, homie. You know what I'm saying? Time is one thing that you can't get back. And that's what it is, dog. And I don't know, a lot of this shit, dog, to me, a lot of this shit is negativity, man. And we got to spread some positivity. We got to spread some positivity within ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Within our people. A lot of our people, as far as Mexicans, when a door opens for us, the motherfucker will walk through it and close it right behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of helping the next man out. And that's grimy as fuck, dog. Because there's a lot of talented people. There's a lot of talented people of every race.
So you think with your new mind state, man, is that the reason a lot of people say that you changed your style? Would you go back to your old style, knowing that more people listen to the old you?
Definitely not, homie. I'll tell you right now. I mean, like this cigarette. Nah, definitely not, dog. Let me tell you one thing, though, dog. And a lot of people that you can go on YouTube, you can listen to me. A lot of people that have been fans of me for a long time know that I was rapping about being the drug user before rapping about being the drug user was popular, because I was rapping about my current situation, and now those are the people that our kids are looking up to. Before it used to be like my boy Trippy G, dog. Shout out to Trippy G. My boy Trippy G posted some shit the other day that said I grew up listening to the drug pusher, and now our kids are listening to the drug user, and that's what it is. Not having a father figure has always in the ghetto in poor areas and shit like that, man. For some reason, that's always been the case. Not having a father or a father figure to look up to, but back in the days, we had better people to look up to. We had people like Tupac. We had people like Biggie. We had people that made it through the struggle, that fucking persevered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they as much as who they are, just like I am who I am. But it was like, do as I say, not as I do. This is who I am, but I'm trying to speak something better. I'm trying to spread positivity. Nowadays, you don't get that. Nowadays, this motherfuckers on promethazine and this and that, and they want to speak about that shit, and and our kids are listening to that shit, dog.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to pass this generation on to the next generation, and in music can bring people together. Music can bring a white and black and fucking like Tupac said, a black and white smoking crack together. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah.
that music, you hear that shit, that's a powerful message, is it not?
Music,
Is it not? Is that not? Yeah. Is it not powerful though?
music is a
You know
big influencer.
It is, and people are blessed with a platform, and they represent us wrong as people, as adults. We're supposed